Let's make a deal. Not everything we ever feel, we gotta keep it in the flow. And we gotta let each other know. It's been a while, we've realized that we're about to compromise what we keep between us in the flow.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting day because we have a whole buttload of Christmas shopping to do. That's the scientific term.
Yeah.
And we have exactly 3 hours to do it.
Oh my God, we're always in a dead run. You notice
Yeah.
that?
That's why I drink so much coffee.
What you have coming up, by the way, right?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh.
No.
That's like in a week.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Did you forget?
I forgot.
Oh my goodness.
I know I'm an adult now.
A whopping
Because
23.
I'm forgetting that
Yes.
it's my birthday.
Welcome to the club. It gets really fun.
Am I gonna start like, oh no, don't, it's not my birthday, don't
Oh,
celebrate
yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite that selfless yet.
Well, you just won't even remember, so, you know.
Baby, I don't wanna let you go. Better love, better hope, better love for a way to give a situation a higher elevation.
So, there is one issue that I've had with vlogging in public, and that is I spend a lot of time, you know, in, I guess, privately owned establishments like stores. And the owners of said stores have no way to know if the person carrying the giant camera is like filming an expose documentary or something, and quite often they'll ask me to stop or leave. And that's not fun, so...
Just the right way. Baby, if my heart breaks, and in a while, hey,
But I think I found a solution.
I'm gonna send it right back your way. Baby, make your heart break, so do me right. You and I,
I've really been eyeballing the Sony A6500 because it's just like small and it does 80% of what this does, and it can do other things that this can't do, but there's just so many compromises. Hang on, I'll tell you when I get in the car. Okay. Whew. Yeah. As I was saying, it's like, it's smaller, but the problem with it is that the internal microphone is absolutely atrocious. Hi, Grandma.
Hi. I just yawned. My eyes are all wet.
And plus, it can't like flip out screen, which I use all the time. So I'm thinking it would mostly be my B-roll camera. But it can record 120 FPS, so I can get even more like buttery smooth B-roll.
Buttery smooth.
to keep in mind, to set aside all the drama messing with the flow. And we gotta let each other know. Ooh, been away at any day. We need a touch, we need to play, and we keep the fire.
However, there are a few things holding me back from just pulling the trigger, taking the plunge. Number one, obviously cost. Those cameras are expensive. Very. But the second reason is simply that like it's a totally new ecosystem and I would have to relearn literally everything I know. You know, the nice thing, right, about Canon DSLRs is there's pretty much only two like setups in the back of the camera. And once you know those two front to back, then you can pretty much pick up any Canon DSLR and you'll do well enough. I don't know Sony at all. I was playing a little bit with their menu system and it's incredibly confusing to my very Canon-oriented brain. Literally nothing felt intuitive at all. I felt like how I felt the first time that I tried to video on a DSLR, and everything just felt so weird and I didn't know what a lot of the acronyms meant, and I'm just like, ah! And that was very, kind of scary, honestly, to feel again. You know, that helplessness feeling. And I know that that's not a good reason to avoid that because, like, you know, give it enough practice and it'll become second nature. I mean, that's kind of what's happened with Premiere versus Final Cut. Now that I've pretty much switched over to Final Cut for everything because it's so much faster, I now find it I find Premiere, when I go back, a little unintuitive because my brain is so used to now the workflow of Final Cut that Premiere feels weird, which is so bizarre to say because Premiere has been my life for so long. And so I wonder if that would happen with Sony. Kind of. I mean, it's not like I would completely switch. I'm keeping my Canon DSLRs. These things are my babies, but it definitely would be a unique addition, and I would have to switch my mindset every time that I grabbed the other camera for that day. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you have experience with the Sony a6500? And if so, please tell me what you think. And also an issue about like the ecosystem camera thing is lenses. You know, the nice thing about having all Canon cameras is that all my lenses work with all the cameras. Well, okay, not the kit lens, that only works on APS-C cameras. But like the general lenses that I use every day, those can I can mix and match and swap around, and there's no big deal. You know, if I purchase a new lens, I know that will work on all of my cameras. But with the Sony camera, I can't do that. You know, I have to basically repurchase the same lenses that I already own again so that they can work on this B camera. And that just that's a lot of money. So I don't know. I'm still racking my brain about this. Still trying to figure it out. Seriously, if you do or have used that camera, can you tell me what your experience with it was? Because I want to know. I'm desperate for as much information about it that I can possibly get, because if I am going to purchase this camera, I need to do it before the end of the year. I'm on a kind of a time crunch. So yeah, actually real quick before we go, I did want to mention one last thing. Little follow up to the last vlog. Remember how this lens was kind of busted and I tried to put my own little screw in? Yeah, well, the day after that in the morning, I was messing around with it a little more, and for some reason it wouldn't focus on anything farther than a few yards away. So that's not good. I use this lens a lot for getting, background stuff. So I just took the screw out. In the end, the elite hacks didn't work. Disappointing, I know, but that's life. And I will see you next time. And in the meantime, remember, this is a very long run-on sentence, stay positive. Whoa, it's been a while since I've done that, hasn't it?